Hi guys, Adam here as per usual. I hope you are all well. I hope that you're all enjoying the Sky Painter record. Thank you again so much for your support in that. As lots of you mentioned in the last video, I have now moved into the new studio. It's just about finished, so I thought it was about time that we did a bit of a walk around the studio, showed the new design, the new layout, and some of the cool new bits of gear I've got. So let's get to it. Starting to put the first coat of paint on the walls. As you can see, the walls are not in great shape. I'm going to try painting it, but I may have to hang some backing paper or something. You can see it's probably going to be about 2.5 times bigger. You come in the door, this is where the desk is going to be along this wall. I'm going to have where these cupboards and stuff are, they'll be moved, and I'm going to have the guitar amps and everything in that corner. Here underneath the window, going to have a table for all the electronics, cable making, repair, etc. And on the left hand side here is going to be more room for storage, etc. It's quite a good sized room. You'll really be able to see it in comparison to the old studio. But I keep cracking with the painting. Alright guys, so this is sat in the sort of mixing position, sat in my chair. So we'll just go through the studio real quick. So that's the doorway in. As you can see, there's still several boxes of stuff there that needs sorting out. Some blinds, etc. I need to decide which blind's going to go because I still haven't done that. And behind the door is more stuff that needs sorting out and a little bit of rubbish there. That chest there has loads of tools and loads of equipment in. Then we've got my kind of hi-fi for just everyday listening to music, and also for checking mixers and stuff on. Pretty straightforward. We've got some mics in those drawers, SM57, the Lewis 640, SE Electronics X1, and some new T-Bone small diaphragm condensers that I'm trying out. Headphones, patch cables, etc. Following on from behind the door, at the minute it's a bit of a dumping ground, but we've got full table and chairs. This is where all the guitar repair, guitar setup, electronics repair, electronics tinkering goes on. Lampshade that I need to hang. So we'll probably see more of this stuff in future videos. So I was just still painting the studio, as evidenced by the messy pants there. Nice blend of colours there, we'll see that soon. And look what arrived in the post. I guess technically the first piece of gear for the new studio. Oh god, it's incredibly heavy as well, like reassuringly heavy. It's the Sony DPS D7. My god, Sony used to make some awesome pro audio gear. I don't know why they kind of stopped doing that. I've been after a D7, possibly an R7 and an M7 for a while now. Got the D7, just missed out on an M7 on eBay unfortunately, but if you're selling one, get in touch. Anyway, yeah, so D7, it's a digital delay, but it's got a unique kind of modulation, and I've just covered myself in paint. But yeah, so looking forward to checking that out. Realistically, it's going to be a couple of weeks, but let's go up to the studio and see what's happening so far. Further out underneath the window is where I've got the piano set up. It's a great height, it's not too far from the computer. I can run a cable across, etc. if I need to record it, so we'll see plenty more piano. I'm still yet to hang a blind. I do need to get around to that as soon as possible, really. Then in this kind of alcove here is where I've got all the guitar stuff, the guitar amps, the rack set up, pedals, cabs, etc. There's my acoustic, been playing with an acoustic quite a bit recently. Here is a signed Sunderland shirt from several seasons ago that actually my brother won in a raffle and gifted to me. That'll be on the wall eventually. Behind that we've just got some more pedals, DI box, Ebo, which I'm really enjoying, Rock Lock, which is a cool little device, more pedals and stuff like that. We'll see them all, plus that cool light bulb light that people commented on from Extinction Level event video. And finally in this alcove is where the guitars are. The only new guitar is the Jaden Rose Tachyon 7. Sold the Sir S4 and got a Jaden Rose Tachyon 7 instead, and I'm absolutely loving it, guys. You will be seeing lots of that in future videos. Guitar cases, mandolin, banjo, rain stick. You know the world needs more rain sticks, let's be honest. Actually, sort of funny story, well, depends what your class is funny, I guess. But when I got married, we just kind of had a couple of nights away after in the Lake District in Ambleside, and we went to South Lake Zoo, and this is where you could buy, this is where I got the rain stick from. And I stood there for a good 10 minutes trying out rain sticks just to try and find which one sounded the prettiest, and I think we'll all agree this one sounds lovely. well, that's finished. That is a beautiful sounding rain stick, to be honest. Here we go, I'm almost finished painting. Hopefully today it's going to be the last day of painting. I'm working late at work this week, so it means if I get up early enough I have a good 2 to 3 hours sort of painting on a morning before work. So coming in the room, you can see it's much bigger than the old studios on the previous videos. Got the main kind of wall against where the desk's going to go is this nice orange one. I've combined basically my favourite colours, which are this kind of vibrant orange and the sort of turquoisey, sea, foamy, greeny blue. I think it's called Sea Turtle. White little alcove, and then there's the blue. The first coat of blue's just gone on. It's quite vibrant, so I may get away with just one coat, but we'll see. Final wall to paint is this one against the window. The only real negative about this new studio is that the look out the window is maybe not as inspiring, but hopefully when I get the back garden done within the next couple of years, it's been a massive project, this has. I don't know if you remember what it's like when I first moved in, but believe it or not, this is like a million times better. I think I just seen a massive spider down there, and I hate spiders. So it's not quite as inspiring as the old view was, but it's a much bigger space. I can have all my gear in one room. I'll take measurements and everything when I'm hanging the acoustic treatment, but yeah, coming on nicely. That's it for now. So now a little over a week in the project, this is what it looks like. So all the decorating and stuff has been done, other than a blind. I need to get a blind to go up, but all the painting and decorating and stuff's done. I've moved everything out the other studio and from various places around the house into here. I'm just waiting on the desk arriving. Should be here this week sometime. I can build the desk up and then start putting everything on it. I can't really do much until the desk's here, but yeah, look at all of this stuff to tidy up. We're getting there though, guys. We are getting there. Yeah, that's going to be kind of the new name for the sort of record label type thing, Ironside Music Group. So as I said in some of the phone camera footage, I've gone against getting a new desk, and there was some problems with the ordering of the desk, etc, etc. So what I've done for the time being is kept this old computer desk I've been using and just put three 4U rack units kind of on top of it. I've been getting some more outboard gear recently, and I plan to get more still, so I'm going to need to get a standalone rack unit or something somewhere as well. So the computer, you can see the making the computer video for all the specs on that. That's sat down here nice and quietly, still going like an absolute beast. Right guys, we're getting closer. So we've opted against going for a new desk, waiting on a new 4U rack unit to come to replace those boxes. Now the back wall, I've just finished hanging the panels across there. On the side here, all the guitar stuff set up over here, guitars here. I have a spare table here which the piano's on, and all kind of guitar repair and electronic stuff goes on this table too. Finish hanging these panels, bit of a tidy up, we're almost there. The computer monitor is a TV monitor. In this middle rack is kind of where we've got all the power and utilities and stuff like that. So we've got, first of all, this surge protection power strip for items that have to have their own, their own plugs, ones that have wall wart, etc. Also, just above that is a Samsung power strip, loaded. I think it's 10 IEC, sort of 10 kettle leads on the output. The bottom is a Behringer patch bay. I'm just using a really simple, just truly through, just for very simple patching in of the new racks, etc. On the left is where kind of the mic preamps and mic interfaces are going to go. Sorry, I'm trying to do that without making you dizzy. And the bottom is the trusty Tascam US 1641, and above that on the top is the M-Audio Tampa preamp. Tampa standing for temporally aligned mic preamp, apparently. So it's a solid state mic preamp. It actually, with a compressor in, it actually sounds pretty sweet. It's got its own digital conversion as well. People have said that it sounds a lot like it's like a poor man's Avalon, really. It was university the last time I had the chance to use an Avalon. I remember that having considerably more headroom than this does, but you know what? This is a pretty decent preamp for the money. Very cool. Underneath there's another U space there where I'm looking into getting a really good 2-channel preamp. Something like the Focusrite ISA 2, something like that, something transformer driven or valve driven, just for something different. I've got solid state, just want something a bit different. On the right is kind of the expanding effects rack, and this is going to expand further in the near future. I'm going to have to, like a standalone rack unit or something like that, and put that somewhere in the room. So along the top is the Drama DL221, sort of 2-channel compressor or limiter. It can be stereo linked. This is the first real outboard compressor I've had. I've had some like sort of cheap ones in the past, but this is the first really sort of semi-decent one I've had. It's from the mid-80s, I believe. It's got it's not quite transparent, but it's a good all-round compressor. It's got what I would call like a sort of spongy feel to it, and it's sounding really great on drums, kind of as a drum bus compressor. I've been running drums out into that. It's sounding pretty good. It's maybe not going to work for a guitar bus, so I've got a couple other compressors in mind that I'd also like to get hold of. But for the time being, first compressor, it does work on just about everything to an extent, so sounding good. Underneath that is something I've just got hold of recently, is the Nomad Axeman. Again, a sort of mid-80s guitar preamp that was designed for kind of like a rack setup. All solid state, all analog. It's supposed to be a bit like a Rockman clone, or like a UK version of a Rockman, maybe taken that basic circuitry and tweaked it slightly. It's got a pretty decent, pretty squashy compressor, a couple of different sort of tone settings and some like crunchy rhythm. The overdrive sounds alright, it's not great, it's typically solid state, that typical 80s kind of thin sound. It might work on some stuff in fairness. But what I got it for, and what I'm using it for, is this chorus section. So it's got a deep chorus with also like an ADT, an automatic double tracking setting, and it's just got that 80s chorus sound. That pedals, I just haven't found this sound in a pedal, so I'm running some of the clean parts through the Axeman, just basically to make use of that chorus setting, which I've yet to be able to recreate digitally. Sounds awesome. Underneath that, and apologies it is a little dark, is the Yamaha SPX 50D. You heard that on the title track of the Sky Painter, the clean guitar parts, all the effects on the clean guitar parts at the beginning came through the Yamaha SPX 50D. It does a couple of things really well, and it's got some really cheap, gritty reverb sounds in as well, which I like. Underneath, as you saw from some of the handheld, from some of the camera footage, from some of the phone footage, is the Sony DPS D7. I've been after one of these on and off for a while. I've got it and it didn't quite live up to my expectations. It's got some definitely usable sounds in there, some pretty cool modulation, some good delays. I'm yet to really fully experiment with it, but yeah, it remains to be seen whether that's going to stay or whether that's going to go. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions about any of the gear, please do get in touch. I'm sure that you'll see all of this gear and more in the, over the coming videos, over the coming months. I'll try and do some demos of some of the particular bits of equipment if anyone's interested in that kind of thing. As soon as we get the studio sort of fully finished and fully tidied up, it'll be a lot more comfortable environment in here. But there's going to be plenty more videos, plenty more music, plenty more everything coming soon. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.